Hello guys, welcome to another video of Microsoft Azure. In this video, we are going to discuss about Key Vault, some of the important settings in Key Vault which enables you to do the template deployment, to access your secrets, certificate and other things using Azure Resource Manager, that is called access configuration. Okay, we'll discuss other things as well, like how you can enable Azure disk encryption so that you can enable the volume and encryption. Along with this, we will also discuss the access policies. What are these and how you can create the access policies for your users and for your application, even for some of the managed identities or application identities. Okay, so let's begin the video. Here I am in my Key Vault. If you don't have the Key Vault already, you can go ahead and create for this demo. I have already created one Key Vault here. Okay, if you open it and go to access policies, you'll be able to see all the access policies which are already configured in this for all your applications. This is for application and this is for user. So this application is already added. Okay, and if you have to add any access policy, you can create. Before we go ahead to create the access policy, let's first understand it. What is access policy? Okay, so you can term access policy as a layer of protection for your Key Vault. If you have to access your secrets or whatever you said, keys and certificates in your Key Vault, you will have to uh, create the access policies. Okay, apart from providing permission here in access control, assigning the roles. Suppose you want to access something, you have a contributor access for this Key Vault, and if you don't have access policies permission, you won't be able to list the secrets, you won't be able to view the secrets, even keys and the certificates. Okay, apart from having permission here in access control, you should also have the access policies created so that you will be able to view your keys secret, you will be able to get the details and other things as well. We will see everything like what are permissions we get here in the access policies and Key Vault. Okay, so we can say access policy is second layer of protection in Key Vault for your keys, secret and certificate without adding access policies either for your application or user. You won't be able to list or get any of these keys, secret or certificates. Okay, so let's try to create one access policies. We'll click on create for this. Here, if you check, you get multiple templates as well. If you want to create the access policies based on some particular templates, you can select those templates directly from here. Based on your template, uh, this permission will be automatically selected. So suppose I have selected this first one, key secret and certificate management. If you don't want to go ahead and tick all the settings one by one, you just select the template from here and all the permission related with this template will be auto selected. Okay, like this. If you need permission just for the key management, you can just select the key management and all the key permissions like get, list, update will be selected and assigned. Okay, based on your requirement, you can assign these, you can select these permission. Suppose you have some requirement and you want to provide the user permission only for key and secret, not for the certificate, you can just select the key and secret management so that only key and secret permissions are given. Okay, And if you don't want all the permissions, like if you don't need to provide update, create, and all these permission unnecessarily, if you want someone to have access, just access, get access, list access, then you can select by yourself as well, like what access you want to provide. Suppose you have one application and that don't need update permission or create permission for your keys or secret, they just need get permission because you are just trying to access some secret using that application. You can just provide this get secret permission for that application or to that particular user. Like this you can do this get certificate permission as well. If you want to provide list, you can provide based on your requirement. If you have to update the update the secret certificates and all, you can click on update, say delete as well based on the requirement. Apart from this, we have also these type of permissions which you can set and select and unselect based on your requirement. Okay, and mostly in most of the cases, if you are assigning the permissions manually, generally you can do it by selecting these templates. You don't have to do everything manually. Okay, just select the template and all the permissions will be set and selected for you. After once this is done, click on next. Let me just select the template, click on next. Here you will have to add the principal. Okay, the user or application for which you will have to assign this permission. Okay, you can provide the object ID, name, or search with the email address. You can these are some of the applications, you can add them as well. If you have some application that will come here, let me type name and suppose I want to add my name here. I can directly select it and this selected item, my name will be visible here. So this is selected. Okay, once you have selected it, you can go ahead and click on next. If you have selected this item, all the permission will be assigned to this item only. Okay, once you have clicked next, you can associate applications as well. You can see authorizes this application to perform the specified permission on the users or group behalf. Suppose you have added permission for some particular user or group, you can also add one application for that user and group so that this application will be able to perform the things behalf of that user and group. Okay, if you don't want, this is optional, you can keep this as default and click on next. You can verify everything, what are the permissions you have selected, what are the secret permissions, the principal name, object ID and all. And if everything is okay and correct, you can click on create. It will go ahead and add the permissions. If you see, my name has been added here in the users. Once I have added, if I click on keys or secret, I will be able to view and list all the secrets. I'll be able to add the secret, I'll be able to add the certificates, I'll be able to delete the certificate based on my permissions, and I can perform anything if I have permission in my access policy here. Okay, so that's it about access policies. Now let's discuss about another important thing, that is called access configuration in Azure Key Vault. Okay, so in access configuration you can enable multiple things, you can change the permission model as well. Okay, and you can provide some of the resource accesses. Like if you have the requirement, if you see at the last, if you have, suppose you are deploying virtual machine. If you see, it specifies whether your virtual machine are permitted to retrieve certificate stored as secret from the Azure Key Vault. Suppose you are creating one virtual machine and you have one secret or certificate. Maybe you can say your certificate thumbprint stored in this key vault, and you want to uh, get that certificate or secret directly in your virtual machine. If you select this permission, then only that will work. Otherwise, your secret retrieval will not work. You won't be able to retrieve the secret. Okay, if you just click on this eye, you can see specify whether Azure virtual machine are permitted to retrieve certificates stored as secrets from the key vault. Okay, same applies with SSS keys and all as well. If you want to get them directly inside your virtual machine, you will have to enable this Azure virtual machine for deployment. Then only you will be able to get all the certificate details and all inside your virtual machine, that can be inside your Azure Bicep template or ARM template. Okay, based on that, you will be able to get the things. The next one is Azure Resource Manager for template deployment. If you want to get the secrets or whatever you want from your key vault from this Azure Resource Manager or ARM template or Azure Bicep, you will have to enable this setting. Otherwise, this will not work. You won't have you will not be able to fetch the secret from your Azure Resource Manager template directly in the runtime. If you click on this eye, specifies whether Azure Resource Manager is permitted to retrieve secret from the key vault. If you are not checking it, your key vault will not work if you just directly try to access your secret without enabling this setting. Same as applies for the third one as well, Azure Disk Encryption for volume encryption. If you click on this button, specifies whether Azure Disk Encryption is permitted to retrieve secret from the vault and unwrap keys. If you are enabling this Azure Disk Encryption and using secrets from the key vault, make sure this is enabled. Then only that will work. Otherwise, this will not work. So make sure you remember all these settings. If you have to use Azure Key Vault and your ARM template, and if you have to use virtual machine or disk encryption along with this Azure Key Vault. Okay. Apart from these three settings, you can also change this permission model in access configuration. Generally, Azure provides two types of permission model. One is Azure role-based access control, and another one is vault access policies. Okay, if you enable the vault access policy, you have to add the access policies. If you don't want to enable it, you can select this one, and uh, you will have permission assigned directly using this access control. You'll be able to do everything directly by assigning the permission in IAM, or that is called access control. Okay, we have covered everything about access configuration, access policies in this video. We have seen how we can enable the key vault setting for Azure virtual machine deployment, ARM template deployment, and even the Azure disk encryption. We also seen how we can create the access policy along with all the other permissions. Okay, that's it from this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe my channel. If you have any feedback or suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.